Easy work, man. Easy work, man.
Hi folks, how's it going? What's the crack? So we are here up in Thurso, which is in the very north coast of Scotland in the UK, and I am in week one of my renovations of the tiny little cottage that we bought. Cottage slash flat slash cottage flat. So we got the keys for this like a week ago. I've moved in and yeah, renovations are underway. So we've got quite a wee while to go, but it's only a tiny place. It's a one bed. It's about the size of, you know, some normal person's living room. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. But yeah, things are underway. Starting with the ceilings and then working our way down. So at the minute the ceiling's just kind of covered in this stinking wood chip wallpaper. That just looks horrendous. So gonna try and sort that out, and then yeah, just work our way down on the walls, and then get the flooring down, get the kitchen and the bathroom in, and we'll get this place spick and span in no time. We'll see what happens. There's obviously going to be a few hitches along the way. There always is. But the plan is to get it turned around as quick as possible, and then we can kind of move on the next project. So let's see what the crack is this weekend.
Alrighty, so we're starting with the ceilings. As I said before, there was some stinking wood chip wallpaper on the ceilings, so we'll have to try and get that off. So this is me trying to get it off just to see where we get, and then pretty soon, boom, I just fucking realised this isn't going to come off easy. Sometimes you can get lucky with taking the wallpaper off the ceilings or off walls, but a lot of the time it's just so glued on, it's impossible to get off. And this is one of those cases where it's really hard to get off. So I'm going at it with the scraper. I was kind of just hoping it would come off in big strips, because sometimes that does happen, but very rarely. So I think whenever this house had kind of been, you know, renovated back in the 50s, basically just done a bit of a botched job, to be honest. Everything was just done really quick and cheaply, and they just plastered on this wood chip wallpaper onto the ceiling, straight onto the plasterboard, which makes it horrendous to get off. So I was having a bit of a nightmare.
Now I got my black beanie on, which means I mean business. We're gonna try and get this wood chip wallpaper off the roof. Thankfully it's only on the roof. It's an absolute nightmare, to be honest. I'll try and show you up close. So this stuff, so it's one of those old-fashioned things you see in houses from, I don't know, the 70s, 60s. I don't know how it was ever in fashion, but it's type of wallpaper. It has wee bits of wood chip in it, and it's the devil to get off, and it looks horrendous, so you kind of have to take it off, and you can't really just plaster over the top of it, because the plaster would just, you know, the weight of it and the dampness would just cause it all to fall down. So you need to take it off, and it's not easy, but I've made up a wee spray of wallpaper stripper, so we're gonna spray some of that on, leave it for a bit, and then see what happens, see if it comes off. I'm gonna get the tunes on, and by tunes I mean old school hillbilly music.
So I went down to the wee hardware store in Thurso. Because they don't have a B&Q or a screw fix or a tool station, that is way too sophisticated. They've just got like one hardware store basically. And I went down and I said, look mate, I'm trying to get off this wallpaper off the ceiling. What can I do? Because I've used steamers to do it in the past, and they're actually pretty good. And I've got 2 steamers back home in Paisley, but I forgot to bring them up. I didn't even forget, I literally made a point of not bringing them because I thought, fuck, I'll not need them. There's no wallpaper. But I forgot that there was wallpaper on the ceiling. So I left my steamers in Paisley, which would have been very useful. But I went down to the hardware store and said, can you help me out, lad? And he was like, oh, I am a painter decorator. And he gave me some advice on what to use, and he gave me some paint stripper, and he told me, put it in this wee spray bottle, mix it in with some cold water, not hot water, because then it will dry too quick, and just spray it on, and just leave it for a bit, and then come back and try and take it off. So that's what I'm doing here. I sprayed it on, I left it, and where do you see how easy it comes off now? Look at that. Look at that. Load of shite. Yeah, he sold me snake oil, like it maybe came off like 2% easier, but it was still like sometimes this stuff literally just comes off in like big strips, and you can have the whole room stripped in about an hour. But this was just coming off in tiny little bits, so I was kind of thinking, what am I gonna do here? So the boy from the hardware store sold me some, I think it was just water, to be honest. And he called it paint stripper. I'm sure it does work in some places. Like I'm sure he was telling the truth, but it certainly wasn't really working here. Look at me go! Look at me go! Look at that! Horrendous, like. I love how I try a few wee different corners of the room just to see if hopefully one bit will be a bit better, but nae luck at all. I'm giving up. I'm a broken man already, falling at the first hurdle. Have we look about? Can I see anything going to come off? No chance. Give it up, lad.
Oh, good morning. So, I just had my first night's sleep in this hellhole. It wasn't the worst night's sleep I've ever had, but it wasn't great. Let me show you my setup. So, I've made myself some breakfast, got a wee coffee. Yeah, let me see my setup. So this is my bed, which is all the laminate flooring stacked up with a wee inflatable mattress on top. So pretty horrendous, to be honest. I felt a bit defeated last night because of the ceilings. I'll show you. This was about the height of the amount of wood chip paper I got off. And then some over there as well. It just wasn't coming, wasn't budging. It's glued on for eternity. So I gave up. And I'll come back at it with a steamer, which will hopefully take it off. We'll see what happens. But I felt a bit deflated because I fell at the very first hurdle. So I went to bed in this mess. But I've got up, made myself a nice wee coffee, an omelette. Look at my table, my breakfast table. So, you can still be kind of civilised, even when you're living in a dump. I guess this is going to be day 2, so I've got a whole day's work ahead of me. It's now 6 a.m. I'll go to work, maybe get to come home at lunchtime, do some stuff. We'll see. See if I can sneak away, and then back at it again tonight. And so feeling 6 out of 10 after that night's sleep, but can only go up. And bye. Look at my nice coffee. Still able to make myself a nice wee latte in the morning. If anybody doesn't have one, get yourself a wee milk frother for, it's like £1.50 out of IKEA. You can froth up milk and it makes it into a wee latte or a cappuccino. It's good stuff. I mean, honestly, that's as good as you can get out anywhere. Delicious. Oh, so I was sat making my second coffee of the morning, my first morning here, and I was feeling a wee bit sorry for myself because the place is a bit of a dive and the kitchen looks hilarious. And then I started doing a few wee gratitudes and I started feeling much better about myself, thinking, you know what, it's actually not that bad. It's I've got a roof over my head, it's dry-ish, I've got running water, clean water. I think it's clean. The house has been sat empty for like 2 years, so it's probably packed full of Legionella. But we've got running water, we've got hot water, we've got a cooker, and a fridge. So, and I've got a wee heater, and I've got an iPad as well, and mobile phones, so I'm still pretty well off. So, yeah, I was feeling a wee bit sorry for myself, and then I took things into perspective and realised that, yeah, I've actually got plenty. So, place is a bit of a tip, but it's livable. It just has a bit of a smell, to be honest. I think there'd been a wee old biddy that lived here before, and she died of old age. And it's just been sat empty since, and it just smells a bit funky to be. Oh, every time I turn on a radiator, it just gives off this whiff. I'm like, oh. So the coffee's for, drown it all out. But aye, that's pretty good. I think I'm feeling just pretty stiff and creaky after last night's sleep, because this airbed's actually really, really hard. So I might do a bit of stretching and see if that helps me. Makes me feel more human. Always remember, there's a famous surfer called, oh my god, his name escapes me. The big wave surfer with the blonde hair, which they all have. What is his name? Keep going to call him Jeremy Irons. Larry? Gonna have to look him up. Larry. He was like the founder of Big Wave. Laird Hamilton, that guy. Yeah, what a hero. I always remember him saying the first thing he does when he wakes up in the morning is stretch. And he says he does it because when you look at a dog, the first thing it does when it wakes up is do a big stretch. And he's so right. So I try and do that as well. So as soon as I get up, I'll take myself for a wee bit of yoga. I'll do some gratitudes. So it gets you feeling pretty good pretty quick, and also engages a few muscles and gets your whole body moving and squeaking. This is not my stretching, by the way. This is just me getting lumbered up. Hey. So last night I got a bit defeated, not gonna lie, with the old wood chip wallpaper on the ceiling. I probably spent 45 minutes hacking away at it, and I got nowhere. Basically, it just wasn't coming off. And I was spraying on all this wallpaper remover, and I just wasn't getting anywhere. So I've packed that in. I went to bed a wee bit defeated, a wee bit sad, and I got an average night's sleep, but I'm feeling ready to go again. So I had a busy day at work. Got back from work at 6 o'clock, made myself some dinner, played a bit of the old saxophone for a while, and I'm ready to do a bit of work for a couple of hours here. So I'm going to make a start in the kitchen. Basically just taking it away, taking the old kitchen away. So the difficulty is I'm trying to live here at the same time as well. So I can't take it all away, because then I'll not be able to cook myself any food, not be able to kind of function. So I need to take as much away as I can, whilst also kind of putting in some of the new kitchen, which isn't ideal. You want to just kind of rip everything up, take it all out, get it all to fuck, and then just put the whole new thing in. But you have to kind of make some compromises when you're living in the place. So I'll take some away, put some up, and then we'll see how we go. It's not ideal, but I'm feeling kind of ready to rock. So let's see what happens. Make a bit of a mess here. Wish me luck. Stick a tunes on.
So after my failed attempt at stripping off the wallpaper in the bedroom, which was a bit pathetic to be honest, because that should be one of the easiest things, I thought, right, let's get stuck into the kitchen. And it did feel a little bit more productive, because you can actually see stuff happen, see stuff getting changed. So taking out the old kitchen units, which must have been there for maybe twice as long as I was alive. Pretty old, but good quality, robust. Yeah, not a scratch on them. So I'm taking them all apart, and I'm leaving in that wee cooker, because I need it to cook, because I haven't got a new cooker yet, or at least it's sitting in the living room, but it's not usable yet. So I'm just trying to take all this stuff apart, and I'm not really too bothered if I fuck it up, if I break it, but I don't really like breaking stuff. You could just go in with a sledgehammer, which sometimes is kind of fun, but I kind of wanted to take it apart, just in case maybe I needed some of the stuff again, and I didn't want to be wrecking all the walls behind the units. So just take it apart bit by bit. Doesn't take too long, to be honest, and then it makes it easier to kind of pack it into the skip as well. And that's where we're at. That's us done. So I will see you in the next video, folks. Peace out.